All right, welcome back to Tola's Kramped and Epic Tavern. We are famous. Is the next level epic? I do not know. Reputation 1524. When we last left off, excuse me, most of the characters out on the last mission came back with what was it? Demoralized. And I'm not really sure why they came back demoralized. But they are all definitely demoralized for a day. So I could just take a day off. Hallie is also injured. She was lightly wounded. So let's check in her to the infirmary. Right, and we do have a level up. I can see that we have at least one level up. The little green arrow appears here. And Gerg can level up. And so what do you got going on? Let's level you up. Your number one skill is survival followed by combat. And you're a good medic in survival. Yeah, I like the survival thing. So let's bump up first aid and disease treatment. Surgery? Combat surgery, sure. And combat healing by 1. And we'll call it a day. And that's all that we have to level up. And so let's go back. And we do have one more quest. And that is offered by... Who is that offered by? Brahm, the merchant. What you got, Brahm? You wouldn't believe, but a tree told me this rumor. Tell me more. Another social quest. If it's possible to rescue Alfred and Isabella, that still leaves the issue of his now being 50 years older and near death. Visit alchemist Blargan and see if he can create a potion of youth. Ah. Alright. So that's the next quest in that tree. But it's a social quest. And if we look at the roster, Hallie, who's our number one social, is in the infirmary for a day. And we have all these demoralized people. So, tell you what, let's just go through quickly our RP and then decide if we have a quest where I can send an alternate crew out to get some money. Chicken wings, absolutely. You know what? I didn't check the menu in stock. How are we doing? 1 in stock. Whoa. Buy a keg. Now two kegs in stock. All right. Elven wine. Where's the better stock? Here it is. Okay. So mead, 39 in stock. 54, 32, 28. 22, 20, 61. Chicken wings. We still have a crap load of chicken wings in stock, and I've got the price reduced. And the house wine, still a lot in stock, and I've got the price reduced, so I'm happy with that. Alright, what was I doing? You would like a drink? Looks like you already have a drink. Alright, we'll just... story. I tried to prove to me crew that I weren't mad. I told them who I loved and it all, but confirmed their distrust in me. A liar, they called me. Okay, so I haven't gone through his story yet, and he's got one. Okay. Care to sit down and chat? Let's listen some more. The tension on my ship reached the point of mutiny. The only one to fight by me side were Vassal. I'm having a real hard time reading that. I would like a cup of sparkling fairy water, absolutely. Okay, so you're done with that part of your story. Grunson, nothing more to reveal, so we can just burn through some points here. Elven wine's good. Alright. And you want a room? Who wants a room? You do. Alright. Absolutely. Good. I really wanted to stay here tonight. Alright. You want a room as well. Same answer. That's good, because rooms are worth money. You want something to eat? Voodoo doll cookies? Absolutely. I like it. Some of these might be stories associated with this Halloween expansion that I'm just now playing through. Can I trouble you for a mug of mead? Absolutely. And who wants the food? You do. Order chicken wings? You bet. We got a ton of chicken wings, and they're cheap. And probably won't cause for you to get food poisoning. Yep. I wonder what the quality of your accommodations will be. Best just pay for it. Odessa. Nothing more to reveal. So we'll burn through some points here. Sparkling fairy water, you betcha. Alright, we got 14 AP left. And nobody wants to say anything. Okay. Really? Nobody wants to say anything. Well, we'll just start bugging people then. Hallie, what are you doing? Let's offer you a drink. What do you like? House wine. Plus 18, plus 13, question mark. How about some elven wine? There's a fly in my beer. Bonus protein. Woot. I gave you wine, though. Alright, good. That triggered you now want a room. Uh-huh. Perfect. Excellent. 10 AP left. Got a second? Sure. Story. Alright, here's more Brahms story. Bugger off. Alright. I'm all kinds of thirsty. Offer a drink. I double-clicked accidentally. I have no idea what I gave him. 7 AP left. How about you? I used to hang out at the Thieves' Den, but I had a disagreement with the management. Let's offer you a meal. Chicken wings. My compliments to the chef. Alright. Up for some conversation? Sure. I learned about my gift for necromancy after my father and dog Fiasco were killed by raiders. Fortunately, I was able to bring Fiasco back as a zombie, so it all worked out okay. The zombie dog. Sometimes I miss the sea. Not the terrifying sea monsters, though. Alright, 4 AP left. Let's offer you a drink now, and you like the house wine. Alright. And 2 AP left. What do we got going on? Anything? Let's hit up you in the corner. Is that a new door? It looks different than the one I got thrown through last week. Have a drink. Yes, closing time. Toast to the Ravager 4, Saviors of Bjor. Alright, let's look at the quests. Actually, let's view the map, and then look at the quests on the map. So, I don't have social, so what I need is something Inferno Within, Wanted Skills Social, Combat. Combat's good. What's gotten into you? Elliot, the young boy the heroes talked out of running away with. The Lost Menagerie peeks his head into the bar nervously. The heroes welcome him in, and after a brief chat agree to go with him to confront his father, who he claims has become a total monster since he started drinking. It's a level 3 quest. Okay, so combat is we've got combat. You're demoralized. You're not, and you've got combat. So Murgle will join for sure. Who else has combat that's not demoralized? Gujarek will join, and that also gives us some social to help balance that out a little bit. We need... Yagak has the survival. That rounds us out on survival. And a little more social would be great, but Hallie is recovering. And nobody else has social... Odessa. Sure, let's get Odessa in. And that, we're not perfectly rounded out, but you know what? We got a 95% success chance. Let's go. A drinking problem, chapter 1. Alright, a bard sends the heroes off with the rousing rendition of the classic Try Not to Get Killed Today. And so we're blessed, inspired, inspired, and the left side of the screen's cut off for some reason. Apologies, but hopefully it won't affect the game too much. That's interesting. Continue. My cat is stuck up in the trees. Please help. We've seen this before. A young girl says to the party, rushing to meet them. It's not really our style, Odessa says. Oh, thank you, the girl cries, running to the tree. Somebody's gonna get injured. Odessa gained a lightly wounded. Climbs the tree, grabs a cat, flurry of hissing and scratching. So we've seen this before. Let's continue. Quest objective. Please not try to kill him, Elliot says, his voice quivering as they arrive at his home. Yagak pats the lad on the head. No worries on that front. I'm sure we'll be able to talk through whatever the problem is. Elliot seems thoroughly unconvinced. Come on, don't fail. Success. Turns out Elliot wasn't kidding. His father is, in fact, a crazed, snarling lunatic. The heroes are able to incapacitate the man and bind him until the drink effect wears off. 40 XP. Nothing else. Alright, continue. Yagak laughs abruptly. What? Gudrek says. Sorry, inside joke, responds the survivalist. Alright. Here's the social. 90%. The party happens upon an argument between a merchant and a customer about the price of bread. Can we succeed? Yay! 50 gold points, 20 gold points, 40 XP. The party intervenes, haggling for everyone. Both sides walk away believing they got a better deal. And apparently we took all their money. Another job well done, Odessa says as they approach Tola's Kramped Inn. I mean, relatively speaking. Alright. We succeeded. And we have 135 XP and 70 gold. This display is wrong. We have 70 gold and we'll split 50-50. And we'll go to the next day. And now I have to put Odessa in the infirmary. Odessa Jenkins has returned and is lightly wounded. Manage facilities. Let's check somebody in. Odessa. There you go. And level 2, 1 additional bed. Infirmary improvements. Okay. So everybody comes walking in. That's kind of cool. And what's the roster look like now? Lightly wounded, but the demoralized affliction is gone. And Gudrek levels up. You are combat and with a minor in social. You says streetwise. We have 4 points. You're carrying a bow. So let's go ahead and the skill is due and equip. That's right. We don't have any other weapons for you, which is unfortunate. Alright, so let's just bump up your streetwise then. Because we could always use more social. Fast talk a little bit. And I'm going to keep bumping up your swords and axes so we can get you a sword and axe. You can hopefully do better. Alright. How's the tavern summary doing? Good shape. Lightly wounded, 36, 53, 30, 26. Voodoo doll cookies, 19 in stock. Let's order some more voodoo doll cookies. Voodoo doll cookies. Buy a batch. Alright. And what else are we low on? Oops. That's about it. I don't need to buy any more. I have 635 gold. And reputation is 1570. Next level at 1900. 635 gold. Rival taverns coming soon. Final profit is gross income 177. Expenses we lost 73 gold. Well, that's not really right. Thought this would be more interesting. -0 friendship. That's interesting. I've never read the tavern log before. Blessed duration decreased from 2 to 1. Demoralized duration decreased from 1 to 0. Demoralized was removed. Interesting. Look at the log. Gurg Stoutbelly is about to leave due to lack of world something. Okay. Take your word for it. Alright, we should have another quest. And there you are. Gujarek has the next quest. Anyone up for an adventure? The exhaust for the ovens is backed up again, and the smoke is making the patrons a little nervous. Visit the pipe fitter in Tenement Bog to pick up the parts needed for a repair before the place burns down. Do you smell something burning? This requires social. This should be a tavern quest. Alright, okay. So let's burn through some points here. You want some food? Chicken wings? Absolutely. And let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, another quest over here. By all means. I've been keeping my ear to the ground. The culprit for the transformation of Elliot's father seems to be Rabbit Dog Brew, a concoction made by Alchemic Brewing Solutions, ABS. Pay them a visit and get this product pulled off the market before someone gets killed. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's burn through some points. Let's listen. You think teleporting merchant? Nothing more to reveal. Okay, house wine, absolutely. Gurg. Your story, we're still getting there. Sparkling fairy water, okay. Grunson, nothing more to reveal. And... Alright, burn through that. And Murgle has nothing more to reveal. Listen, reminisce. That's it. Oh, absolutely. Yagak. Elven wine. Alright, room. Hallie, you don't want a room? Absolutely. On second... Hey, man. New patron? Look how far this finger bends now. That's not normal, right? Welcome. Anything else? Tola's Kramped in, eh? Interesting name. I'm a Rob. Rob you blind. A cut purse. Yep. 7 social, 5 survival. Anything else? Yeah, kebabs. Okay. And you're good enough to hire, but I don't have any roster space. So, Gujarek, you want a drink? Sure. Alright, we're halfway through 7 now. And, Murgle, you want a room? Yeah, sure. Perfect. And anybody else want a room? Yeah, you? 8 gold. I wonder what the quality will be. I think you should know. You want some voodoo doll cookies. And... nothing more to reveal, but we can reminisce, and that's all she wrote. Sorry, I gotta refuse you. It's closing time. Alright, so let's look at the map. Oh, we got somebody who can level up. Let's do that first. Murgle can level up. And what do you got? You got 4, and you're combat and mind. And so let's bump up your mind a little bit. Sense magic. And pyrotechnics. And maybe some disarm. And then let's, I like burning hands. Okay. And you are inspired, blessed, and well-rested, plus 10 to all skills. Alright. Alright, here's the map. So let's see, what do we got here? Inferno within. I'm looking for goods. Looking for something that can give me goods. Quest rewards. Bleh. Vengeance. What is vengeance? It's a treasure. Vengeance. The Curse of Blackheart Manor level 2. Need combat. Let's do this. This looks like fun. Superstition rules. Alright, so the Grunson and Murgle are no-brainers. Then we need social, and Hallie is available now. And so you join the party, and that gives us good social. And now we really need survival and... What the heck is that again? Mind? Who's got survival? A combination of survival. I don't have that combination. So we'll just stick with... Yagak gives us more combat, but he's got the survival. Alright. 95%. It's not perfectly well-rounded, but let's get out there and go. Superstition Rules, Chapter 1, The Curse of Blackheart Manor. Well-dressed young man enters the tavern, smiling apologetically. Terribly sorry to be a bother, but I've heard this is a place where one might be able to hire a hero or four, he says, taking a seat at the bar. I've recently inherited Blackheart Manor, which is, well, haunted. Alright. Are we there yet, Haley whines? That's a good start. I haven't been to Blackheart Manor since I was a kid, Roderick says. Oh, so we're with the kid. Alright. We went there a half-dozen times to visit my great aunt, Irma Blackheart. May the gods keep her close. I loved her beyond measure, but the place always creeped me out, and now it's mine. I'm not one to get all worked up about ghosts and stuff, but Blackheart Manor has a history, Roderick says, pausing to take a swig from his flask, and most of it isn't good. Alright, mine. Success chance 95%. The party arrives in a small hamlet where it seems all the inhabitants have taken ill with vomiting and diarrhea. Ooh, let's go. An elder beseeches the party to find a cure. Roll 'em. Success. Following a hunch, Haley travels upriver from the village a bit and finds a mass of decomposing zombie corpses fouling the village's water source. With that mass disposed of, the villagers will surely regain their health. Roll is 9. Poor performance, good performance, inspired, blessed, well-rounded, or well-rested. Alright. What's next? It's a long walk. Survival. The adventurers, water skins low, happen upon a stream. The stream's up here. Think it's safe to drink? Yagak asks. Let's hope so. The party boils the water, ensuring it is free from parasites. Always be prepared. We got 130 gold for that. I would have thought we'd get more experience, but yeah. Here we go. We're still walking. A lone knight bars the adventurer's path, demanding a duel. You've got no arms. Success. The knight fights hard, but is defeated by Yagak. Your bow twangs true. The knight says, oh, right then. Do you believe in ghosts? Roger asks the heroes as they break for lunch alongside the river. Hard to say, Murgle says. I've never seen one, but I've never seen a Grumpkin either. And those are plenty real, I think. Wait, Grumpkins are real, right? Success. Continue. So you're concerned that the house may be haunted, Grunson says as they travel. Oh no, Roderick responds. I'm nearly certain the house is haunted. I'm concerned that the ghost may not accept me as the new owner of Blackheart Manor. If that happens, I'll need backup. I see. There's the manor. Passing through a town, the party is mistaken for a much more famous group of adventurers. They sign autographs and accept free drinks until the mayor asks them to slay a dragon, or 2 in the morning. They leave quietly during the night. Alright. There is Blackheart Manor. Shadows in the trees beget a group of hostile lindworms. Combat. Roll 'em. Success. Another 150 gold. No match for the adventurers. The creatures are quickly vanquished. I've read a bit about Blackheart Manor, Haley says. Do you also inherit the lighthouse, Blackheart Point? Roderick seems impressed by the performer's knowledge of history. Why, yes, I did. Maybe you can come back sometime and help me explore there, too. We should double time. Looks like a storm is brewing. All right, continue. The groundskeeper meets the heroes outside Blackheart Manor and presents them with a set of keys. Boris, so good to see you, Roderick says. What's it been, 15 years? Boris shrugs. Save it. I'm not the one you need to impress. The keys will open every door but one. When you find that door, leave it be, or you'll wish you had. I shall return in the morning. Alright. Roderick leads the heroes into the foyer of Blackheart Manor. Candles flicker as the door swings shut behind him, casting the room in a sea of dancing shadows. Well, let's have a look around, shall we, he says. Don't fail. Nice. Get a load of this thing, Yagak says, examining a masterly crafted cutlass on display. Vengeance, she's called, Roderick says. Once wielded by Bridget the Bloody, nastiest pirate this coast has ever seen, and my distant relative. And I think this is what we're supposed to get, is that weapon. That would be grand. I'm a bit peckish after the trip, Roderick says, leading the heroes down a hallway lined with full suits of armor, posed with halberds. Let's head to the kitchen and I'll whip up a little something for us. As they pass, one of the weapons dislodges and swings towards them with surprising force. Get out of the way. Murgle pushes Roderick aside, narrowly sparing him from the halberd trap. Look at this, the fire mage says, kneeling next to a suit of armor. I know a little something about traps, and this was spring-loaded. So maybe it's not haunted, it's just trapped. And they would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those meddling kids. So about these ghosts, Yagak says, while munching on bread and cheese in the kitchen. Is this a rattling chains sort of thing, or something more deadly? Right on cue, a flash of lightning illuminates the picture window, revealing a ghostly female pirate staring at them with fiery red eyes. As suddenly as she appeared, she's gone, leaving the heroes to question their senses. My great aunt Irma always says that ghosts at Blackhawk Manor are harmless echoes of a time gone by, Roderick says as he leads the heroes into the library. I like to believe that, but I have my doubts. If we can discover more about these spirits, perhaps I can help put them to rest, or at least learn to peacefully coexist with them. On the wall of the library hangs a portrait of a well-dressed female pirate, a prominent scar marring her right cheek. The placard reads, Raven Stormswept, 1291 to 1317 AN, and 1318 to 1319 AN. 2 lives, better than 1. Yes, we got it. Overboard blood. I wanted the rapier. I've actually heard this story, Hallie says, flipping open a book entitled Overboard. The life and deaths of Raven Stormswept. As the tale goes, she was swept overboard during a tempest as a young child and thought lost at sea. When the morning came, they found she had somehow landed behind the figurehead and was still alive, earning her the Stormswept name. All right. Raven Stormswept fell in love with a pirate by the name of Bridget Blackheart, a.k.a. Bridget the Bloody, Roderick says while flipping through a stack of books. Together they built Blackheart Manor. My family refused to talk about what happened, only that a terrible tragedy befell them. Come on, roll. Good success again. Back here, Hallie says, as the shelf swings open on hidden hinges, revealing a small alcove that contains an old leather-bound journal. The performer brings it back to the others to check out. Word has arrived that Raven's ship, Death's Daughter, was destroyed in a storm, Murgle reads from the servant Willingham Nightsworn's journal. With her love lost, Bridget is inconsolable with rage and bent on vengeance against a foe that exists only in her mind. I fear for all of us. Dun 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 dun. In the den they spot a painting of a ship at sea, Death's Daughter, kneeling as it takes on water in a storm. The painting begins moving as the heroes watch incredulously, the waves tossing the wounded vessel about. Don't fail. As the storm rages outside, the heroes stare in awe at the scene unfolding in the painting before them. In a span of 3 minutes, they watch Death's Daughter sink completely beneath the waves. Murgle notices the artist's signature, which reads, Lucius. I see. Raven had been lost for 2 weeks now, and Bridget has gone quite mad, Murgle reads from the caretaker's journal. She refuses to believe a storm sank Death's Daughter, instead blaming a conspiracy of unknown foes. She spends all day watching the accursed painting, searching for clues and plotting her revenge. If you could just give me a few minutes to read this journal, I'd bet we'd, Yagak says, but no one is listening, so he hurries to catch up as they follow Roderick towards the attic. Okay. Don't fail. Good. Let me go first, Murgle says. Aha, a tripwire. The fire mage disarms the trap, which was rigged to drop an entire section of the rafters. In the 3 months since Raven was lost in the sinking of Death's Daughter, Bridget the Bloody, as she's now known, has sunk 12 ships that she falsely suspected were involved, Grunson reads from the caretaker Nightwarn's journal. She has earned many enemies and grows increasingly paranoid. I've begun stockpiling food for a potential siege of Blackhawk Manor. Hang on, Yagak says, flipping through overboard the life and death of Raven Stormswept. This says Raven didn't actually die in the wreck, that somehow she survived and returned to Blackhawk Manor, where she suffered a terrible fate. Flip ahead in the journal. The heroes flip ahead to the final 2 entries in Caretaker Nightsworn's journal. The first reads, in the cruelest of twists, Raven survived the wreck and spent 3 months on an island, building a boat from driftwood to return home. Wanting to surprise Bridget, Raven slipped into the manor unseen and burst into their bedroom, where a paranoid and thoroughly drunk Bridget the Bloody shot and killed her with a crossbow. Or crossbow. The final journey entry, dated 6 months later, reads, when the priest failed to bring Raven back, Bridget turned to necromancers, who reanimated her as a monstrous parody of her former self. Realizing what she had done, Bridget killed Raven and then threw herself from Blackheart Point. I still hear her anguished screams at night, although I know not if they are real or merely echoes in my mind. In the basement, Roderick finds a circular door with a lock not opened by his keyring. This must be the one that Cousin Boris told me not to touch, Roderick says, but since I now own the place, I give you permission to open this door by whatever means necessary. Murgle beams, summoning a ball of flame. You all heard him say that, right? The heroes unceremoniously smash their way through a door, ripping it off its hinges and then kicking it in a final few times for good measure. What are they going to find? Beyond the circular door, the ghostly form of Bridget the Bloody materializes, waving her cutlass menacingly. Be gone from this place and never return, she bellows. Too bad we can't stay. Let's go. Nice try, Murgle says, dispelling the illusionary ghost with the wave of her hand. Chuckling, the fire mage walks to a curtain in the back room and yanks it down. Cousin Boris, they yell in unison as the concealed figure is revealed. Told you it was a Scooby-Doo mystery. Boris Blackheart is me name, the groundskeeper snaps. Rightful heir of Blackhawk Manor. I spent me whole life caring for Irma in this accursed mansion. Then she finally kicks off and leaves it to you, a person who visited twice in 20 years. I changed her bedpans. This was supposed to be mine. So yeah, I tried to scare you away, and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling heroes. All right, I have never played this quest before, but I totally called this line, because we all watched Scooby-Doo when we were young. Roderick thinks the heroes and the constable hauls Boris away in irons. I fear I've had enough adventure for one evening, he says, removing Bridget the Bloody's blade, vengeance, and presenting it to the heroes. After all we've been through, I'll ask again, do you believe in ghosts? Nice. And we should get the sword. Give me the sword. I think the real question is, Grunson says while walking to the foyer, why is the painting of Bridget the Bloody staring at me? As the heroes watch, the painting pirate grins and winks at them. Maybe I'll sleep in town tonight, Roderick says, locking up Blackheart Manor behind them. The adventurers buy a pie to cheer themselves up. However, Grunson does a bad job of cutting, and the party squabbles over who gets the largest piece. The argument goes back and forth until Grunson relents, accepting the smallest piece. Alright, we got a long way back. Murgle starts tipping them back a little early and ends up sleeping passed out on a mossy tree stump. The fire mage will be feeling that tomorrow. She's going to gain something. Alright, next day, and they're still out. So, I guess this will end the day, and then I will have to continue where they left off next time. We're in good shape. 58, 30, 21, 25, 27. Okay. Alright, so that's it for this one. That was fun, I thought. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later.